The number one gym experience that everyone will have is you'll get a gym membership, you'll go there for 6 months, you'll meet some new people, you'll have a goal in mind, and then you'll go accomplish it. You'll go from about 200 to 175 or 175 to 200, put on muscle, whatever it is. You make a big change in those 6 months, and then you'll look around and you'll see other people that you met 6 months ago, and they'll be in the same spot that they're in. And the biggest piece about that is just having a goal. Like if you don't have a goal of like losing some weight or putting on some muscle, then you're just going to get really complacent. Like you should just set little short-term goals. I want to lose 10 pounds in the next 2 months, and then go lose it. You don't want to be 250 pounds and I want a six-pack abs. Like that's going to take a long time, probably about a year, longer than that. 2 years. It's like you got to just set short-term goals and then accomplish it and then be happy with that. Then set another short-term goal and accomplish that and compare those two. If you go from 250 to 230, celebrate that win. Look at those progress photos. Let that give you confidence. If you go straight from like 250 to 230, like, shit, I don't have abs yet, you're going to get really, really depressed, I guess you could say. No, you're going to get really complacent. You're like, yeah, this isn't even possible. You're just going to get down on yourself. It's like if you set such an unrealistic goal, it's going to take you years and years to accomplish and could really put you down and make you give up. It's people's intensity. It's not there at the gym. Honestly, it's just a trigger at the gym. I see people do curls. They grab like 20 pounds. They're like this, like, Wait, I was like, what was that? What was that? Even for me, like I've noticed that I grew my biceps a lot. I have that's probably one of my best features. And what's allowed me to do that is intensity. Even growing any muscle, my chest, my shoulders, my tricep, it has all been coming down to intensity. Have to give your muscles a reason to grow. Mechanical tension. I don't like to do a lot of sets. Giving it everything I have, I noticed has made my gains 10 times better. The first one, I'd say you could push it to like failure, leave maybe 1 rep in reserve. It just comes down to your preference. Like I push it to complete failure on both sets, do my 3 exercises. That has just been the perfect amount of volume for me. What volume is gonna work best for you? Some people can't do the lower volume because it is something that you really have to train, like doing just 2 sets. So if you mess up a set, it's a lot of gains missed out on. You cannot afford to mess up a set when you are doing 2 sets. So that's why I do recommend to some beginners, maybe do 3 sets as you're starting out, or drop it to 2 sets, maybe do a couple more exercises. Because at the end of the day, people get so scared when I say, oh, do 2 sets. Like, whoa, that's not enough volume. If you want more volume, just add in more exercises. I think it's just unnecessary to do 3 sets of 1 single exercise. I'm not against it. I used to do it. It's completely fine. I think doing 2 sets and pushing those really, really hard, honestly, I would give it a try. And if you don't like it, then continue doing what you're doing. But I've done it a lot, exploring other options. If what I'm currently doing is not working well for me, I will try someone else's approach, see how that helped me out. That didn't really help me out, then just keep looking for what's going to work best for me. And that's like the biggest thing that you have to do, and the biggest thing that really allowed things to click for me. I didn't just go and pull different information from a bunch of random people. That's what I did at the start. I would pull a bunch of I would get a workout from this guy, get a workout from this guy, and then try to get meal ideas from this guy, just pulling stuff from every different part. But people have different opinions. People have different ideas they have different philosophies at the end of the day. And when you try to mix all those together, what are you going to get? A big mess. And you're going to have no idea, considering you're a beginner, you're going to have no idea what to do. So what I say is pick someone that you really agree with heavily. Like you see their stuff, you agree with them as a person, you like their physique, their training philosophy, and honestly just listen to them. And then just follow exactly what they say. And if it works, stick with it. If it doesn't, adjust. Go try something else. But it's all about trying to get a full system in place. Just try to get it in place. And if it doesn't work, just make adjustments. But people just get so overwhelmed everything that they don't even put the effort to try to fix one thing at a time. If you fix one thing at a time and just put in the effort to try to learn one thing a day, be perfectly fine. When it comes to tracking your macros, if you just try to do that every day, if you go to the gym every day, you're going to learn how to. It's just like a kid riding a bike. He doesn't know how to ride the bike to begin with. Now he's freaking riding 20 miles an hour down the street, right? Fully grown. It just comes through growth and trial and error. And also the biggest piece that people just put so much emphasis on is split and muscular overlapping. But some people really do have the dumbest splits, and it's not even about the split, it's just about muscular overlap. People hit chest and back in the same day. First off, I couldn't even do that. To be able to give a full pump to my front side and a full pump to my back side, that's not happening. It would be a lot of volume, not even a lot of volume. I have to push really, really hard, and the benefits, I just don't see it. And Regardless, when you do your chest movements, when you do your back movements, you're going to indirectly, whether you like it or not, gonna hit your shoulder, you're gonna hit your tricep. Typically, people will go do their chest and back or whatever. The next day, they'll come hit arms. I'm like, bro, when you did your back movements, you're indirectly hitting your bicep, you're indirectly hitting your tricep and shoulder, and that is why they're staying small. You're putting so much more of an emphasis on your chest and your back when you could just give the full emphasis to this and then give the full emphasis to your back and your biceps. And that's why I've always been saying that push-pull legs is king. And I've noticed a lot of people are switching to push-pull legs. Just it's so easy to be adjustable with push-pull legs. Like, push-pull legs is the most adjustable split in my opinion. Because like push-pull legs repeat, if you want to just go one time a week, just do push-pull legs. That's it. Push-pull legs. If you want more, maybe you add in push-pull legs push, or push-pull legs push-pull, or push-pull legs upper. At the end of the day, there's so many different like mixes you can do of it, and they are all great. Split doesn't matter as much as muscular overlapping and intensity. So just overall, stay in a good amount of sets per week. Find a split that works for you. Hit everything. Try to hit everything 2 times a week. I know that can be hard if you only want to work out 3 days a week. You know, you just have to live with you're going to only hit things 1 time a week. But just go get your 8 to 12 weekly sets for that muscle group. I mean, maybe if you're going to go less days a week, upper, lower, but then you're not really able to bias things which does make it a lot harder to grow your shoulders and just at the end of the day, just biasing certain things when you just hit such a wide variety. Just like you're hitting your upper, you're like, okay, when you say upper, like that's your entire upper body. So you kind of just have to pick and choose what you're going to want to hit. So that's why I really do like push-pull legs and everything like that. And when it comes to volume and just intensity in that kind of sense, knowing how much to do, what I'd say, when you are more of a beginner, you are going to get a lot sore to begin with compared to someone who's been in the gym for a long time. But how I kind of based it off of was I didn't want to come to the gym sore. I didn't want to hit that muscle. I wanted to get 2 times frequency, but I didn't want to come back for that second time sore. And that was a big bottleneck for years for me. I was doing 3 sets of 3 exercises, doing 18 sets a week. I would come back and I would hit back the second time of the week. I would hit push the second time of the week. I would hit legs the second time of the week, and then my legs would be screwed. My chest would be like cooked. I would go in there benching and it's just already sore. This sucks. Doesn't feel good to be here. My strength sucks. I'm giving myself a much higher chance of injury going in there sore. So it's like, it just comes down to being able to fully recover. You should feel a little bit sore, but you shouldn't feel like you got hit by a train. I hit back and biceps yesterday. It got targeted. Same thing with my chest. I hit it 2 days ago. I felt it was a little sore today. Yeah, I feel it. It's not terrible, but I feel that it's going to be fully recovered by tomorrow when I go have to hit chest again. It's right there on the brink of just coming back to life, and that's exactly what you need. You just need to break down the muscle, let it rebuild. Freaking break it down to where it has nothing left, and then trying to let it come back. But then most of the time it doesn't fully come back, and then you smash it again, and it doesn't fully come back. It's like this. You're just getting half the growth. Smash it, let it fully recover. Smash it, let it fully recover, you know? Because at the end of the day, like when you smash it, you're smashing it and you just keep pushing it down. It's like you hit your maximum hypertrophy and you keep pushing it down, just junk volume. Now you're not able to fully recover compared to if you just stopped, able to fully recover. A lot of people don't have the proper intensity in the gym. They don't have the proper split going into the gym. They just set unrealistic goals, and that's why so many people stay stuck. I'm trying to tell you this right now. You just need to pick a split and roll with it. Pick a set count and roll with it, and train hard. First, you got to learn how to train hard. Train with the intensity that's going to actually allow your muscles to grow. Once that's down, then you can start looking at sets. But if you're going in there and your sets are still looking like this, and then you put the weight down, you got to focus on that first. Doesn't matter what your workout split is. Doesn't matter what workouts you're doing. None of that matters, because you're not going to put on muscle doing this. Like, genuinely, I see people just going this right here. Then they put it down. And it kind of enrages me, you know? I'm not going to say anything. You got your own philosophy. I got my own philosophy. The most I can say is just speak on it and kind of have you kind of realize what I'm saying. If you don't agree with me, then continue to do your reps or do your sets like this. But I'm just telling you what's worked best for me. Because I was watching Alex Leonidas today. What was he talking about? The biggest thing was just muscle overlapping. People don't realize how indirectly you hit things. Any kind of pushing movement, you're going to be hitting your tricep. Even if it's just a little bit, it's going to get hit. Same thing, just like at the end of the day, when you're doing a movement, you're almost using your whole body for it. So you got to figure out what you're biasing the most and kind of roll with it. Because if you're pre-fatiguing stuff, it's not going to be as strong the next day. And that's how it's going to work.
Because yesterday, bro, I talked about food down to a T. Like, I'll come back around talking about food. I'd really like to talk about training philosophies and training movements now. Okay? So
I'll get into my actual workout split and the workouts that I do and just kind of yap about that. So I always start my week off with push. I do push, pull, legs, repeat. Recently, I have rotated to my leg days. First day is more quad bias. Second day is more hamstring bias. But instead of just completely targeting the quad only, I have rotated to adding in a little bit of hamstrings just to see how I feel. If I really do like it, I'm going to add it back into my clients because I got to make sure that it's optimal, because obviously what they've been doing right now is working and I don't want to change that up. So that's the only kind of changes I've made recently. But I've been running push, pull, legs, repeat. My first day, I do push. I always go in there and I start off with an incline. I haven't flat benched since I even started my cut, because at the end of the day, people say it's so hard to bias your upper chest. So if I only try to bias my upper chest, it's gonna grow. So just only I'm not saying you only bias your upper chest. If you like to do flat bench, if you want to do flat bench, go ahead and do it. But what I've noticed, if you have a good incline, you're gonna have a good chest, and indirectly you'll still have a good flat bench. Like, I can still probably get close to 3 plates, maybe not 3 plates because I haven't been training it and I haven't benched in about 3 months, but seeing how my incline is and seeing how that progressed, I know that I could still push great weight on flat bench. If you want a big chest, have a big incline. Like, at the end of the day, if you have a big incline, you're gonna have a big flat bench. If you have a big flat, you're gonna have a big incline. Do that. Push the incline hard, bro. First day's push. Start off with that chest. Start off with that core, just compound. It feels great every time, honestly. It's hard. It's very hard. I bring all the intensity there. I get those fail reps, do everything. I'm done with that. I'm like, I just did 2 sets and I feel wrecked. I'm like, oh, we got to complete the rest of the workout now. But it feels good getting that hard stuff just out of the way early in the morning. Or not early in the morning, but like first thing in your workout, just go smash that. You're feeling fresh. Just get warm. Go push as much of that weight as you can. Try to go as heavy as possible. Because the big thing for me is I want to focus on growing my chest the most. Same thing with my back. And there's just certain things when it comes to like what you want to grow the most, you should be targeting that first. And when it comes to your workouts, when you want to target a specific muscle group, for me, more muscle growth, because you're going to be fresher and you're going to be able to pull more weight, right? If I went and did lat pull down and then I go do some bicep curls, the bicep curls obviously are going to be a little bit more fatigued than if I would have started with bicep curls. So I put more emphasis on the back, or I gave my back the freshest, the best set, you know? Put the emphasis first on what you want to grow. For me, it's my chest, it's my back. I always start with those, but I go chest and then I hop into a tricep or shoulder, just depending on how I'm feeling that day. If like I'm really feeling like my shoulders are smaller, I'll go into my shoulder movement and really bust that out, and then I'll go into my tricep. But it's just like whatever I hit third, I have to understand that it's going to be the hardest one, it's going to be the weakest one, because it's going to be hard. Like if I go from incline dumbbell to doing some shoulder raises into dips, those dips, they make it a lot harder. But if I go from incline dumbbell and then to dips are a lot easier on that second movement, and then my shoulder raises are going to be even harder. That's how I've been doing it, is I do chest, tricep, shoulder, chest, tricep, shoulder. I literally do 6 movements, 2 sets each, have 0 reps in reserve on every single set, and that is exactly how I've been growing. Same thing with back day. The biggest difference though is people neglect their forearms. You want big ass forearms? This is what shows when you're wearing a shirt like this. It's how you get that sleeper build. People are like, damn boy, you got some big forearms, you know? That's what everyone wants. So don't forget the forearms on your back day. Like, go hit your back movement, go hit your bicep movements, go hit your forearm movements. Your forearms are just like every other muscle group. You got to train them to grow. Same thing with your calves, same thing with your abs. Any muscle on your body, if you want it to grow, go train it. Go train it like every other muscle group. That's what pisses me off about core, when people go over there and they do these 40 reps of who knows what, of crunches. They're like, oh yeah, that's building my core. I was like, would you go do 40 push-ups and call that a good chest workout and be done? No. Go do 3 movements with 2 sets each to failure with weight. That's how you grow. Any muscle. You got to give it intensity and you got to give it weight. You got to give it a reason to grow. If there's no reason to grow, why is it going to grow? When you're doing 40 sets of crunches, it's not really having a reason to grow. Yeah, you work on your endurance. Yeah, maybe it doesn't burn as much the next time, you know, but it's not going to put on size. It's not going to do anything really helpful for you. And then on the leg day, you know, has been helping me out recently on my leg days is just getting a warm up in. Like going in there and making sure that I really open up my hips, dude, and get in there and do some warm up sets of leg extensions and hamstring curls before going into my big compound. I used to not do that. It felt terrible. I would go in there and I would just do like maybe a quick little, just bend down, warm my knees up, maybe do a little bit of this, go hit a set of heavy compound, whether it was hack squat, pendulum, and I'd be like, damn, my knees feel cooked. But then when I started to go in there and just kind of like pacing back and forth, doing some hip openings and really stretching, doing some leg extensions, really warming up my quads, and then doing some hamstring curls, warming up, really just getting my knees fully warmed up, and then going over there and actually warming up properly has been game changer for my legs. And just the same thing, you know, if you want to hit your quads a lot harder, start with a quad movement, start with a good heavy compound, and train to failure, bro. A lot of people don't train to failure, especially on legs, because it's hard. It really is hard. Even I hate it. Like, I'll go in there and I'll be doing some pendulum. I'll be failing. I'll have someone spot me. I'll be like going down as slow as possible. I hit the bottom, pushing up as hard as I can, and I'm done with my set. I'm like about to just fall over and be done. Be done with life. Like, yeah, this is like, this is not worth it. This sucks. But that's the intensity that you have if you really do want to get shredded. I don't have the best leg genetics, you know. Even to this day, they're not that big yet. However, so I know that I have to train them really, really hard if I do want them to grow, because I don't have the best leg genetics, and if I want them to grow, I really got to put a big emphasis on it, and I got to show up for them. And that's the biggest piece, is you got to show up for yourself. Basis 6 days a week, or I show up for myself on a daily basis, 7 days a week for years on end. And when people say, oh, you're on steroids, oh, you're doing this and that, you're not natural, I'm like, when you didn't put the cookie down, I put the cookie down. When you ate pizza with your family, I didn't. I ate my meal prep. When you didn't go to the gym that entire week, I went 6 days a week, over and over and over. And when you sat in bed and didn't get your 10K steps, I got 15, 20 every single day. And then those just compound and compound and compound. And obviously you can see the difference from the person who showed up for themselves every single day, went to the gym 6 days a week, had a perfect diet, how they're gonna look training hard, compared to the person who just they think there's just some easy way out. And that's kind of exactly why they look how they look, because they're just looking for that easy way out when it comes to building a body. There is no easy way out. This is like, having a good physique genuinely shows people that you are a very, very disciplined person. You have delayed gratification. You don't care if it takes years of just showing up, not seeing anything, not even being happy with how you look, and then you still continue to go, and then it just pays off tenfold. You feel amazing about yourself. You feel healthier, and overall, you're just a better role model for the people around you and your family. Like, hopping on, I'm not against peptides or nothing like that, but like hopping on a quick fix like Retta, or hopping on a quick fix, yeah, it's gonna suppress your hunger, but what are you gonna do when you get off of it? Are you trying to take that for the rest of your life, or should you just build the discipline to be able to eat your meals consistently without overeating? Like, actually setting up those meals to be filling enough to where you're not having to be starving and having to literally take Retta so that you don't eat. Like, you're taking Retta to suppress your hunger because you physically cannot stop yourself from eating. And I think that just is deeply rooted with people not knowing about high volume, low calorie foods. You can go kill 300 grams of potatoes and have 8 ounces of 96.4 ground beef for such a low amount of calories. Considering ground beef, that was probably the worst possible example I could have gave you. But even if you did get the 96.4 and you got 300 grams of potatoes, I promise you that food amount is going to be a lot, and the calories is going to be low. And if you did that for all your meals, I really just don't think that you would need Retta. But I'm not the one to talk about peptides. I am 100% completely natural. I don't really care about peptides. If you want to take them, go ahead. I do that. It is helpful for some people, you know, like if you genuinely can't stop yourself from overeating, go ahead and take it. Like, if you really can't stop yourself from eating, go take it, because you're going to lose the weight, you know? But then you got to really hope that once you get off of Retta, you can still lose the weight and keep it off. I really hope that coming off of Retta doesn't like freaking make you just eat a shit ton and just gain the weight all back after months and months of dieting and working out and all that kind of jazz. But yeah, I mean, as I've always talked about, you know, like all the intensity I was talking about today, your split, the muscular overlapping and all that kind of stuff, it all works, but it doesn't work if you don't track. Like, you need to be tracking your workouts as well. Like, inside all of this, like, I can tell you about overlapping, intensity, split, 2 sets of 8, and this and that. If you don't have like a pre-built out workout split, or not it's not a workout split, but pre-built out days of like Monday, Tuesday, this is what I'm gonna do whole week, and then having somewhere to be able to put your weight, that's the first thing you need to do. They don't have a plan when they go into the gym, and they go in there, they see what's available. They're like, okay, so I know I'm hitting back today. We can try and do maybe lat put down, maybe pull-ups. And then it's like you go over there, you go find the lat put down, you go find the pull-ups or whatever you're gonna do. And then you're like, well, shit, now how much weight do I gotta do? You're kind of looking like, how much did I do last week? 100? Fuck it, maybe 90. Put it at the 90, and then you're over here sitting around. You don't know what to warm up with. You don't know what your working sets should be. But when you go in there with a plan, you have it all laid out on your phone. Like, first thing's lat pull down. I did 120 pounds list. Go in there, go straight to the lat pull down, go get warmed up to 130, and know that last week you did 120. So you're like, well, I got to beat this. I got to get 130. Let's hit 130 for 7 here. Let's get another rep at higher weight. Bam, you do that, you get 7. Your motivation is up. You're like, damn, I'm stronger today. I'm stronger today, you know? It's the same thing with your incline dumbbell or your bench, you know? You go in there and you try to beat that weight. When you're able to fully focus on just beating that weight and that mind-muscle connection, and you're not focused on like, okay, what movements am I going to do? Okay, what weight should I be using? When you have the movement in place and you have the weight in place, you focus 100% on just, how am I going to move this? Telling you. I'm dropping so much sauce on here, dude. This is stuff that took years and years to learn to get to where I'm at today, and I'm just telling you guys all of it. If you genuinely watch this video, watch the last video, the video before that, and the video before that, if you just watched all these and you had a notebook out and you wrote down everything I talked about, and if you want to see like a specific topic or a specific question answered, just leave it in the comment section, and I'll make sure to talk about it in my next video. And if you really do want to make a change and you're looking for a coach, I'll leave a link in the description. You can book a one-on-one call with me. Until the next one, guys, I will catch you.